Okay, so we've talked about how to prepare for the interview before the interview. Let's talk about during the interview. During the interview, there is one question you should be answering in everything you say and everything you do. And that question is, why should we hire you? So let's talk about it. First of all, there are three types of interviews. There's the telephone interview, the one-on-one face-to-face interview, and then the panel and the group interview. Now, for the telephone interview, it's usually a recruiter or someone from HR who is conducting the telephone interview. And their goal is to screen out candidates. Yes, they want to screen out candidates so they will know and have a list of people to bring in for the one-on-one face-to-face interview. So, in that telephone interview, you have to be prepared to show your qualifications to that recruiter or that HR representative. And you could do that by following these tips. First of all, have the job description and your resume ready to follow along in the interview. The advantage of a telephone interview is that they cannot see what's around you. So it would be to your advantage to have your job description and your resume just sitting right there so that you can read along if you need to. A lot of times we get nervous and we forget things. And so having that resume and the job description right there in front of you, you'll be prepared to answer those questions. I recommend you have a binder or a folder or something nearby at all times with your resume in it and a printout of the job descriptions that you have applied for so that when the telephone interviewer calls, you'll be ready. All right, so let's go through some of the tips. Sound energetic and excited when you answer the questions. Speak clearly, articulate. I like to give this tip to people who are naturally soft spoken. When you are talking on the phone or when you're in an interview, pretend that you are speaking to someone at the very back of the room or on the other side of the room. That way, your voice will project louder and more clear. It might sound like you're screaming to yourself because you're soft spoken, but it will sound natural and energetic to the person who is listening. One of the things that the telephone interviewer is doing is confirming that your experience matches the job description. So, in your answers, make sure you use keywords from the job description. And again, you're going to have that job description in front of you. So, every question that they ask you, make sure you use the keywords from that job description because the recruiter may or may not be as familiar with the job as the hiring manager is. They might be going strictly off of the job description. So, the recruiter is looking for those keywords. While you're talking, they're looking through the job description. Hey, does she have this skill, that skill, this skill? So when you answer those questions, make sure you hit those keywords. Make sure you use your SAR stories that you wrote earlier when you prepared for the interview. You see how the SAR stories are going to come in handy? Have your SAR stories ready for that telephone interview. Your SAR stories are based on not only your skills, but also on the skills that are listed in the job description. So have those SAR stories ready, and when they ask, make sure you use those keywords that are listed.